Hey, it says I'm live. How are you doing, coaches? Just wanted to come on for a little bit. It's been quite a while since I've done live, and I'll apologize right up front that the quality of the video is probably not up to par with what I would like for it to be. I actually had to send in part of my setup today. I tried to save some money, honestly. When the device that I really wanted was hard to get a hold of, and although it was still available, was crazy expensive, I didn't go that route. And that's actually part of what I want to talk about today, since I talk about technology a lot. Um, I'll get to that in a minute, but I hope everyone's having a great evening. And yeah, I think that um, me having problems with some of my hardware kind of prompted me to share what I'm about to share, encourage you as coaches, as entrepreneurs, as folks that are probably using video and streaming. And if you're not, I highly encourage you to begin. But if you already are, it's very possible that you're using the microphone that's built into probably your laptop or your computer, and you're probably using the video camera that's built into your laptop, most likely. I'm sure there are some of you that are not doing that. Maybe you have an external camera, a webcam, maybe you have a external microphone. That's all great. We'll let you know the equipment I'm using, and the piece of hardware that I've got coming in. But I'm using a Sony ZV-1, fairly new camera. It's great. You can use it as a webcam. It will actually go up to 4K video, 120 frames per second, all kinds of things I'm not going to get into. Don't want to make this an advertisement for this Sony ZV-1, but I would say, hey, go check it out. I think they're actually on sale right now on Amazon. And actually, yeah, I want to talk about equipment, and I don't want to make this too political, but really, given the potential shift in our political climate, I think you might actually want to get um, some new equipment now versus later if you're thinking about upping your game. And the reason I say that is similar to when COVID-19 kind of first hit, there was a run on any equipment related to live streaming, video cameras, what are called capture cards, and that's why I've showed. I have this link for the HDMI capture card. I can get to maybe later why they're necessary. But if you want to have the highest possible resolution coming out of a webcam, not a webcam. Traditional webcam is all like a Logitech or whatever. Everything's built in, works via USB, and they're okay. But what I mean is using this HDMI capture card and using an HDMI cable to connect to a actual external camera like the Sony ZV-1 to give you higher quality video. Now, the Sony ZV-1, all this is not an advertisement for that. The reason I went with it is because it has an HDMI port, or an HDMI out port, so that I can take my video out from the camera into the computer, in this case through an HDMI capture card, and get literally up to 4K quality video streaming. Now, some software like what I'm using, StreamYard, at best will only go up to what's called HD, that's 1080p, and I am recording at 1080p. You may only be seeing 720 or something less than that. So again, I apologize for the quality of this video, but I thought the information that you would get was important enough that, hey, I'm going to go live anyway, and just share the information. So know why I say that the potential change in the political climate may create a supply problem again for some of this equipment is it's very likely that whatever type of um, stay-at-home policy, let's say, that you're under, potentially depending on where you live, could very well be extended for much longer than it might otherwise be. And so it doesn't even have to be an issue of whether you think that's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. Like I said, I don't want to make this political, but the reality is and obviously some people might choose to do that. Others would rather be out and about. I'm not going to take position on that. But the reality is we may find ourselves in a position where we're told that we have to, where it's not a choice, to stay at home. And that's exactly what caused a run on these HDMI capture cards, for example. So this link takes you to Amazon where you can get the Elgato Cam Link 4K capture card for $120, and it was going for $400 if you could even find one. And so they were price gouging, and now they're back to the normal price. So if you want to up your game with regards to live video or even pre-recorded video through your computer that you want to later post, then I would get one of those now. Now, the Elgato Camlink is known in the industry as the best single device for that, and at $120, it's a really good deal right now. Might find that it's 300, 400, 250 again in the next month potentially. So, not trying to do anything other than to just give you a heads up. It's very possible that it could happen. It may not happen at all. Just something to think about. Honestly, you would always, as much in demand as those devices are, you would likely be able to sell it if you didn't end up using it. But I'm using currently a software, a driver, if you will, that you can get from Sony to use my Sony ZV-1 over a USB cable, and I can't even get full HD quality out of that. And there are other problems with it, with latency, or in other words, not the timing not being exactly right. So that's a last resort. I highly recommend that you get the HDMI capture card, something like a ZV-1 Sony. You really need to, if you're going to get a external camera to use as a webcam, one of the things that you absolutely need to do is to make sure that it has what's called a clean HDMI out. So I'm not going to go into all the detail of what that is. Didn't plan on going into that, but what I will say is, hey, leave in the comments if you're interested in a longer live video that I'll do to talk through a lot of the technical things that you need, all the things that you need to be able to have a better quality live stream, then I'll do that. So really just wanted to go on right now and encourage you, depending on what you already have, equipment-wise, gear-wise, and depending on where you want to take your the quality of your video and your live streams, to the extent that you're doing them, or to the extent that you plan on doing them, then yeah, I would say that you would want to go ahead and get that. I'm going to, for a moment, just it's harder for me to tell who, since this is a group, to tell who is possibly leaving comments. So I'm going to pull up my phone and I'm going to see if there's any comments that that maybe I can respond to. So I'm more than willing to entertain questions that you might have, that type of thing. So I'm going to pull it up and see if there are any. So I don't see any comments right now. So I'm going to put one in here, though. Let me know if you want to up your game on your videos and live stream. Okay, so one other thing, you see a link scrolling down there for the Sony ZV-1, no sweat. either way, if you go to that link or not, it's an affiliate link. So yes, I'll get a little bit of credit if you end up going with that. But I spent probably 3 months looking at a lot of different options, and that's what I finally settled on. I think there's a certain amount of credibility I have in this community with regards to technology. So, it's again no big deal to me one way or another, but I'm sold on the Sony ZV-1 with regards to the price, with regards to the fact that it's great for streaming, great for vlogging if you wanted to start doing that, or if you are doing that but would like to have something step up from a phone, or your built-in camera on your computer, or maybe a Logitech type webcam. All those are great. All those are things you should be better to have those and hit record, as they say, than to just not do anything. So, by all means, get started with what you have. But if you have the budget for it and want to invest in uh, improving quality, production value of what you're putting out there, then I highly recommend the Sony ZV-1. You'll need a HDMI capture card if you want to go that route to get the highest possible um, video quality, and then you'll want some type of an external mic. Excuse me, if you're interested, I'm not just going to fill this because I don't want people to think that this is some kind of sales pitch. But if you're watching this and you're interested in getting some recommendations on a external mic and some of the other things to improve your live stream or your pre-recorded videos, just let me know. So, and if you've not started using StreamYard yet, that's what I'm using here. It's real easy to go live with StreamYard. You see that link scrolling down at the bottom where it says shanetrammel.info/ZV1. Instead of ZV1, just put in the word StreamYard. So shanetrammel.info/StreamYard, and you can sign up for a free, forever free account. There are some limitations to that. Plan. I'm using the Pro plan for a number of reasons. And if you go to the Pro plan, yes, I do get some credit for that, but I get no credit for you using the free plan. And that's where I started. And that's where probably everyone should start for the first month, unless they're really sold on it. I use StreamYard free for a month, and then I had someone ask me to do a live event, United Way fundraiser for about 3 hours, and they bought for that at least a 1 month. They paid for the Pro plan for a month so that we could take advantage of all the Pro features, because there are some nice features there in the Pro plan. You can have your own overlays. You can download a recording of your stream. You can go live on multiple destinations at the same time, so multiple Facebook destinations, or a combination of Facebook and YouTube and Periscope and Twitch and YouTube, if I didn't already say YouTube. So anyway, a lot of interesting things. Again, this is not an advertisement for StreamYard, but as far as the technology I'm using today to go live with this video, I'm using StreamYard. As I mentioned, I'm using the Sony ZV-1 camera. I'm using a deity microphone, and I'm using the free webcam software that you can get for the Sony ZV-1. But I literally took to UPS this afternoon, the device that wasn't working for me, and I ordered the Elgato. And as it turns out, now that the Elgato Cam Link is back to its normal price at $120, I'm literally paying the same price that I paid for something that's of lesser quality. So it worked out in the end. I learned what not to get, what not to recommend. It was a mirror box, so I would not get a mirror box. Just like MIRABOX, I would stay away from that. The Elgato, you can actually get a HDMI capture card on Amazon for $25. So, and your mileage may vary. There are some people that swear by it. Others, you know, say it's junk. So I'm not going to spend my valuable time, trying to uh, save some money in that category in the hopes that it will work, or to find it to work for 2 or 3 months and then stop working, and then now I've got to turn around and buy. Now I can't return that, so it's $25 that's basically thrown away, and now I still have to go spend 120 if I'm lucky enough that it's still at 120. And you may all know, and you may not, but I'll tell you that even on Amazon, the prices change at times. So there's an app called Honey, Honey, and that will tell you actually even the lowest price that a product's been on Amazon. Excuse me, uh, Nat, Nat's bothering me or something, but we'll tell you all that. So, but $120 is the cheapest that Elgato Cam Link has been in a while. It's been up to $129 regular price. Okay, sorry. So I'm back. I'm not sure how much of that may be cut out, but yeah, the Elgato Cam Link's been as high in recent times as 129. It's down to 120. Um, as I mentioned, it's been upwards to $400 in some cases during the peak of everybody having to stay home from COVID. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I don't. Let me look and see if there's been any other comments. Um, yeah, no other comments right now. So, but please comment if you've got some questions. Be more than happy to try to answer those. And yeah, I'd go out and get some of that equipment now. I'm going to be taking my own advice. My Christmas wish list is going to either be Amazon gift cards or something along those lines, so I can invest in some gear that will continue to improve my production value. If you don't have StreamYard, go get that free account. Try it out. One other thing I'll just mention real quick: if you don't have, or if you've not signed up for um, ConvertKit, I also believe strongly that you want to go and start establishing an email list and use a tool that can help you manage that easily. Send out emails to targeted segments of your email list, that type of thing. So you'll see scrolling down there at the bottom a link. ConvertKit is also free. They have a free plan, that is. If you ever upgraded, yes, again, I would get credit for it, but it's what I use. I have 2,500. Well, no, about 2,000 email addresses in my account. Story for another time, another day. Off of one single video, I think I've actually talked about this once already, but off of one single video, 1,300 of those emails were generated through a video on YouTube. So that's the power of video. And so I highly recommend that you jump on that. I would had planned on doing more video than I have myself over the last couple of months. Been super busy doing some other things. My equipment has been part of the problem. I honestly had been hesitant to go live because my capture card had bit the dust, if you will, and I was just not happy with. I'm not happy right now with the quality of what you're seeing with the webcam streaming software that uses the USB port. Again, maybe it's better than nothing, but it certainly doesn't meet my standards. And by this time tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have the Elgato Camlink 4K, and I'll be back to streaming in 1080p high fidelity. So, hope you have a great evening. Let me know again in the comments. Connect with me. Um, get on my email list as well if you'd like to do that. Let me see if I'll end with that, possibly with that link. Where do I have it? Well, I'll just leave it in the link in one of the comments. But yeah, if you want to get on my email list, comment, let me know, and I will send you a link where you can get signed up to be on my email list. I do send out to the coaches that are on my email list every once in a while an email. So my intent is to provide value at all times. That doesn't mean that there won't be times where I'm asking, if you will. Um, I've mentioned this before, but Gary Vee is someone I've gleaned a lot of, I think, valuable knowledge from. And he's got a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook, using the boxing metaphor, if you will, where that jab, jab, jab is to say give, 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 and then the right hook is the ask. So there's a time and a place to ask, whether that's to make an offer, in other words, for some service, some product that you're selling. You're all coaches, most of your coaches or aspiring coaches, so you will be most likely selling your service. I know some of you are, in a sense, or are offering your coaching for free, and that's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, there's a time and a place to give, and then there's a time and a place to ask. So I'm sure at times I will be asking. This is not bragging at all, but I've given a lot of my time and knowledge, and no hard feelings about that at all. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't want to. I haven't done it with any intention other than to attempt to provide value to to my community. So I think every one of you that have watched one of my videos, listened to one of my videos, read a post, engaged with me in one way or another. So yeah, looking forward to 2021. 2020's been crazy, hasn't it? So I'm gonna sign off for now. But yeah, hopefully either you watching this, those of you watching this live, or those of you watching this as a replay, I hope you got something out of it. And by the way, hey, give me a shout out, if nothing else. Tell me where you're coming from or where you're hailing from, as they say, and just maybe say live or replay. That'd be great. Get a little bit of engagement going there.